All right, this video is just to go over the alphabet all together so that you can look back on this whenever you want practice. So first we have an A. Notice that your palm is always out when your finger's spelling. A, I kind of remember it as it looks like an apple, right? A round apple. And your thumb is in here, right? Pointing up. So A. It also kind of looks like a lowercase a little bit. B kind of looks like the number 4, but it's closed. B, this is a sign for brown, so you can remember it that way. Brown, B. C literally looks like a C. That should be an easy one to remember. B. D also looks just like a D. Okay, especially if you're looking at it from your perspective, looks just like a D. Okay, a lot of people get this confused with the letter F, which we'll talk about in a second. E, okay, and the picture here, they're really close to their thumb. I tend to leave a little distance in between my thumb and my fingers, like so. Again, my palm is facing out. And I also think this looks like a lowercase e a little bit. If you think about it, the way you draw a letter E does look a little bit like a lowercase e. F, F like fox. Again, people get confused with D and F. D literally looks like the letter D. F, G. In this picture, their palm is facing out. In reality, your palm would face you. So the reason they have it out in the pictures is so that you can see how many fingers are up, but really you should look like this. G, I like to call it like the pinching letter because it looks like you're pinching somebody a little bit. So G, like that. And then H is just add another finger to that. So G, H. Again, in this picture, it's showing you how many fingers are out, but in reality, your palm should be facing you, and it looks like this. Okay, so you're tucking your little thumb behind your fingers. H. If you think about it, it kind of looks like a lowercase h. If you go this way, right, it kind of looks like a H. I, you have your thumb holding on to your fingers. I. J, you swoop it. J, it makes the letter J in the air. Okay, now this one people get confused. Put up 2 fingers like a peace sign, and then put your thumb in between it. This is a hard one that people get tricked with. Okay, so 2 fingers, peace sign, put your finger in between them. K. L, this is an easy one to remember, just like the letter C and the letter L. It looks just like the letter L, pretty easy. This is where we get tricked. Okay, we have the letter M. So your thumb is underneath your fingers. M. And M has 3 humps, right? You're literally making the letter M with your 3 fingers. So you can draw it on your hand, just the letter M. A hump and a hump. Okay? And same with N. It only has that 1 hump, and you can literally draw it. So M is 3, N is 2. O, again, it's an obvious one, just like C and L. You have your O. Pretty simple. Looks like an O. P, so it's a K, but it's upside down. So put your peace sign up, put your thumb in between the peace sign, and now this time you're flipping it down. So K, P. And then Q. What letter does this look like? a G, right? So G is to the side. If you flip it down, it's a Q, which kind of makes sense if you think about the letter G, right? It kind of does look like a Q, except the Q has that little cupey little thing. So you got a G, Q. R, this is just one you have to remember. Fingers crossed for your R. Your two peace sign fingers, cross them. R. Notice my thumb is touching my finger. S. Now this one gets confusing too with A. A, your thumb is out. S, make a fist. Make a fist for S. And then we have T, another one that gets confusing, like the toilet or bathroom sign uses a T. I like to think of it as a lowercase t. If you look at it closely, it looks like you have one down and then you're kind of crossing your finger over it to make a lowercase t. I know it's kind of crazy to think about it that way, but if you can see it, if there's any way you can remember it, that's how I remember it. But this also gets confused. You got your A with your thumb out, you got your S with your thumb over, your M that makes an M, your N that makes an N, and then you have your T. So M is 3, N is 2, T is 1. So that's where it gets confusing. U, these last few are pretty easy. U, your fingers are together and it makes a U. V, your fingers are apart and it makes a V. Again, my palm is facing out. Peace sign for V. W literally makes a W. It's putting 3 fingers up. Okay, it makes the W. X, this is totally random. You just got to remember it. This is an X, like a hook almost. X marks the spot, like a pirate. Ooh, that's a good one. So think of a pirate with their hook, and X marks the spot. Y, I think most people know this one already, like hang loose. Looks like a Y. And then Z, you just draw a Z with your pointer finger. You draw a Z in the air. Okay. And that's it. That's the alphabet. Hopefully you learned something. Thanks for watching.